Hello, I'm Dynast Amir. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. What brings me to Magav is the life and works of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba and Ibrahim Fall. I found out about Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba 4 years ago, and I had a friend here in Senegal, and I told him that I will come to the next Magav, inshallah. And so I'm here. This is my third one, and I told him that I will continue to come to Magav to the day I die, inshallah. Some of the projects I'm working on currently is one that's encouraging African Americans to come back to Africa and visit and learn their culture and their heritage on where they come from. Again, I love Tuba. I mean, Tuba, the word Tuba stands for Tree of Paradise, and this is paradise. I tell all my friends that Tuba is sacred land. It's a very spiritual land, and I enjoy the hospitality that's given, the love, the peace, and I think when people see images of, I say this is real Islam, true Islam, Islam personified here in Tuba, versus what the media is stereotyping in the West as far as Islam's being bad and Islam kill and the negativity that's being portrayed. I think everyone needs to come to Tuba and they will see true Islam, real Islam, which stands for peace. And that is what I experience when I come to Tuba, and I will continue to come to every Maga, inshallah.
nee na moom mu ngi tudd Dynast mu ngi jóge États-Unis comme ni ngeen ko xamee moom dafa am benn xarit bu nekkoon États-Unis mu nekk Amadou Gueye Ndiaye président comité NTEC fii si Sénégal moo xamante ne moom lañ jagleel wàllu communication ci màggal gi moom moo ko fi indi te nee na depuis bi mu xamee Amadou ba tey daf ko wax ne ko année bii dama lay indi Touba nee na moom Touba daf fay neex mu fiy ñëw ndax dafay gis l'islam bu bëggee xam l'islam da ngay ñëw fii soo bëggee dégg yàlla da ngay ñëw fii soo bëggee am yoon bu baax da ngay ñëw fii loolu noonu moo ko indi Sénégal nee na moom yàgg na liggéey ci affaire bi yàgg na ça fait 4 ans mu ngi liggéey ci affaire Serigne Touba mais ren la ko yàlla dogal mu ñëw Touba fii te nee na dégg na ne Touba garab la fee ci àjjana moo tax mu sentir ni bu ñëwee fii day nekk en sécurité parce que day xam ne mu ngi dund àjjana lay dund ci kaw fii nii xam nga nee na lépp li ko intéressé moom mooy xam Serigne Touba te wër li muy def pour mën ko dund ci xolam comme ko kenn ni mu ko waxee rek moom loolu moo ko intéressé Serigne Touba rek moo ko ñëw ak Cheikh Ibrahima Fall.
waaw mbokki jullit yi gis nga ko nii soxna Aïssa di suñu jigéen moo leen doon traduire li nga xam ne moom lañ doon wax ñu koy wax ci anglais kii nekk ab danois kii nekk ab américain mais boo gisee li am mooy nga xam ni ba Serigne Touba ne woon nifaali wa ibxaa'i wa fawzi bila ana bi kaw ni xaddimal Moustapha tatabayen ñi nag ñii preuve lañ ci parce que moom mii ak ñoom ñaar ñi film yi gën a mag ci biir Amérique ak ci monde bi ñoom ñoo koy réaliser mais ñoom nee nañ noonu ñuy taxawale ay film ci àdduna bi noonu lañ bëgg a jële Serigne Touba tamit wane ko ci monde bi kon nga xam ni la sëñ Moussa Ka ne woon téqaleeri jébbal leen Serigne Bamba seeni tum te moo gën di palamtu yooyu làmbuti ba tegu ko daal ne waykat wa daa way Moustapha mat la jomba way ku koy jomba way buntam la ñuy tëj ba dootu way waaye man billaay fas naa yéene man mooy ci Ahmada doonay xayru xalxulaahi ngir Muhammada te doyloo ko walif ñëpp tey saytu Ahmada daal ne su may bëgg a way rangoñ yi bis di car-car yi sama naw di dog saa fit wi jaaxaan di perpéri ma doot waajoo xam ni wéttal wa war na ko daal di waxaat yeneen wax daal ne bu yowmal xiyaamee sax ba ab arab bu kërëy waxam danaa wax Serigne Touba lu tax ab arab we dem ñii firndeel nañ ko tey ndax boo seetloo àdduna kuy seetaan ay film ñoom ñii ñoo koy réaliser mais ñoom nee nañ tey jóge nañ ci seen i dëkk tey ñëw ngir jéem a saytu Serigne Touba dégg nga kii li mu wax nee na yàlla lay sentu xencu waaye ku ñëw fii xam ni yàllaa ngi fi dégg nga kii itam li mu wax nee na moom it Serigne Touba rek ko ñor ak maam Cheikh Ibrahima Fall fi mu ne nii ngeen koy gisee ab américain la waaye kan la yaakaar mooy ka nga xam ne nag moom la tubaab bi xool ba yàgg na ko signalement très noir de peau taille au-dessus de la moyenne front élargi chevelure crépue et broussailleux muy Cheikh Ibrahima Fall mi nga xamante ne daj na àdduna wërngal këpp kon yaakaar naa lii rek la woon sunu jigéen dina ko traduire di ànd ak nag sëñ Amadou Ndiaye Guèye bi ci nga xamante ne mooy internet bi ak ci surtout Touba bi yëpp ñoom ñu àndandoo di ko dund kon lii la leen seen mbokkam taalibe sëñ Mame Mor Mbaye indil waaye lu ci ñëw rek tey dina jaar nii ci Touba TV kon noo ngi koy sant baax jëwriñ Alaaji Mbacke Faye mi nga xamante ne moo ko initié kon jërëjëf jëfati murid
ويا وسائل الشياطين والهوى وإني لرب العرش جل جل أسير أسير إلى ذي البر والبحر عابدا ولست إلى الفجار عود أسير مسيري إلى الوهاب جل جلاله
jërëjëf Serigne Touba.
خير الكريم مسير تمسكت بالهدي المتين مرتلا وبالعروة الوثقى التي هي نور بي سرت من ربي لربي موحدا وحول النصارى والبهور تمور هو الكنز والكبريت.
Good evening. Good evening. So I want to make some interview. One of our guests they come from USA. So I just want to tell me your name and which country you come from.
My name is Dynast Amir. I'm from America, the state of Georgia, the city of Atlanta.
So this is your first time you coming here to Mago Tour, or
No, this is my fourth. This is my fourth time coming to the Grand Maga.
okay? Who motivated like you can come to Mago Tour? What kind of motivation that you get?
Actually, I was researching racism in Islam, and Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba came up just somehow as far as the in the search engine. So I found out, started reading some about Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba and Ibrahim Fall. The only issue is there's not a lot of information in English. So I have a buddy in Senegal. I reached out to him and asked him some about Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba and Ibrahim Fall, and he started to explain to me. And then I asked him, what is this Magal Tuba, or this Grand Magal in Tuba? And he told me a little bit about it as far as just the celebration of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, and I told him that I would come to the next one. So that was 4 years ago, and I've been coming ever since.
So can you tell me something is a secret? What is the secret of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba? For example, like,
The
can you give me the secret of Sheikh Ahmadou
The
Bamba?
secret?
Yeah, of Mouridism.
well, number one, first and foremost, Moorids are Sufis. And I guess Sufism is the spiritual path of Islam. That's what attracted me to it. And when you say Sufi, we are Muslims by definition, not by faith, meaning that we are peaceful people. And in Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, him being, because rarely do we see images of black Muslims in power, or black Muslims who've had a great influence on the world, like Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. I mean, we have, Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. Malcolm X is another one. So we have those images of powerful black Muslims, but outside of America, we don't have that many images. So that's what drew me to Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba and Ibrahim Fall, was you have these powerful black men who are Muslims as well that have been able to attract people and have a heavy influence on the world itself. So that's why I was attracted to it, and that's the secret of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba.
Okay, you are Muslim, or like you want to?
I will become a Muslim, but again, when you call yourself a Sufi, you're a Muslim by definition. So you don't have to take. You're born a Sufi. You're born a Muslim. You have the definition of Muslim or Islam existed before Muhammad read the Quran. You already had the term Islam. You already had the term Muslim. It's it's actually in the Bible. Jesus said, blessed be the peacekeepers. Blessed be the Muslims. So that term existed before, I guess, the religion Islam as we know it today. So by definition, we're all Muslims. We're all born into Islam. But, you have the religion that's tied to it.
Yeah, it means like you want to join in Islam.
Well, I would want to become.
Definitely.
I want to become a Moor, but I'm already a Muslim. If that makes sense. If you're a Sufi, you're born a Muslim. You don't need to join a specific sect to become a Muslim, because by the definition of Sufism, you're already a Muslim. So that's what I'm trying to convey.
Right. I mean, like in New York or like in USA.
Uh-huh.
So can you give me some like information about that? We used to hear some many Muslims started when they used to go around there. They live in different like the province, different cities. Can you just
there's a big Moor community in Atlanta. There's a pretty big Moor community there. I've reached out to them. I know some of them, but primarily they're in Atlanta. A lot in Washington D.C., in New York. You know, more on the East Coast. There's a very very strong Moor community. So.
Okay,
yeah.
you. For example, like this movie here. You come with a delegation or you come with like some alone?
I come by myself, but since I've been coming, I have family here now. Abdul, my other brother Hamadou, Amadou, Blake, you know, those are my brothers. In fact, everyone here, they're my brothers now. So I know as long as I get here, you know, I'll be taken care of. So my delegation's already here to meet me when I come from America.
All right. So definitely you can say in this moment from right now what you talk about, so you are Muslim, definitely.
Yes,
your
always been.
decision there.
I was born a Muslim.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
right food, this is amazing mission that.
Yeah.
But how you can like to be such type people like what kind of like motivation you can advise Muslim people who are not already joined in the religion Islam?
I think you know, John Henry Clark, who is a great teacher, black teacher in America. He criticizes, I guess, organized religion, especially the relation that black people have to it. But John Henry Clark, he gave a thumbs up, or he approved the Islam in Senegal, and he approved Coptic Christianity out of Ethiopia. So I told myself I'm going to be I guess, join a sect of Islam that it would be here in Senegal. If I were to become a Christian, I would do it out of Ethiopia as far as a Coptic Christian. So, you know, he has a great influence on me. I mean, his word is legit. So if he signed or co-signed on Muridism here in Senegal, then by all means, I'm going to be joining a Muslim sect. I'm going to be a Murid.
Okay. Well, the definition of Islam
Yes.
religions.
Yes.
Can you just explain? Give us an explanation that maybe clarify something, some aspect.
Okay. When you say you're Muslim, you're one of peace. Islam is a state of peace. You're born into that. You're born a peaceful person. So again, before Muhammad recited the Quran, you already had Islam, you already had Muslim, but then they attached Islam to the Quran. Now it became an organized religion. But what Sufism teaches is that you don't have to be a religious person in order to be a Muslim or to be part of Islam. So I think that's the example that we have to show people. And as far as your question before, when it comes to an example of Islam, the Sufism in Senegal is the standard for people to follow. This is Islam in its pristine purity. This is the best example or standard for anybody that wants to be Muslim. The Islam here in Senegal, by far, is the standard to follow. Study Muridism. You know, my goal is to come up and formulate as many videos and information in English for those that don't speak Wolof, for those that don't speak French, so they can learn about Muridism. Because again, if you want to, nothing against other Muslim sects, but the Islam here in Senegal, especially if you're of African descent, is by far the best standard and the best example to follow.
Okay, you trying to be following the way like Taliban. What does it mean Taliban? Taliban is something. What does it mean the Taliban?
Taliban.
Yeah, Taliban, like those people like Sharafat, you know? Sharafat, you know something about Sharafat?
Ibn Fall?
Sharafat.
Yeah. I mean, but he's by far. I mean, he was the most faithful student of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. And from my understanding, he gave up everything to follow Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. And the story I do know, just from learning, because again, there's not a lot of resources in English, was that the reason why the Baifal wear the clothing that they wear was because he used to, Ibn Fall used to work in the field, and he would tear up his clothes working, and he would just throw patches on it. And that's how the clothing of the Bifal came about. And then also too, what I learned is Sheikh Amadou Bamba told Ibrahim to just chant the name of Allah and build the mosque. Now those were his orders. That's from what I understand. So again, I'm learning more. I'm trying to put together more resources in English for people to learn more. So that's what I know. And also too, they told me do not confuse Bayfal with Rastafarians, because in America people say that Bayfal are the Rastafarians of Islam. That's not true. Don't confuse Bayfal with Rastafarians. So I know that too.
But it's been like the children Bayfal you will find it in Cuba.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the meaning is like that. The Bayfal you find the real Bayfal.
Real Bayfal in Cuba. Yes.
All right. So thank you, the Dynast. So, the last question, just want to ask you. So I mean, do you live here in Senegal, like with someone or?
Yeah, Abdul. I stay with Abdul. I stay with Amadou. I have another friend, Amadou, in Dakar. So yeah, I have places to stay when I come. Like I said, all I have to do is show up, and I get taken care of.
Okay. What are you gonna talk about? Like this time talking with you, Amadou. So this is the one of find to this time they motivate you.
Yes.
You already joined. You want to join the Islamic religion. You want to become Muslim. So what kind of like things like you were talking about Amadou?
I think right now it's just showing the example of what Islam should be. Because obviously, you know, I'm from America, so Donald Trump is the president now. So there's a negative perception on Islam. But I think here in the Moor community, if we show the right example, it would change people's perception on Islam. So that's the idea. And then also too, just become, you know, the powerful Muslims that we're supposed to be. I mean, Mansa Musa was a Muslim. You know, Sheikh Amadou, some of the greatest men on the planet were all Muslims. From Mansa Musa, Abu Bakr, Sandi Adakita, Muhammad Ahmad from the Sudan. You know, so there are a lot of powerful Muslims. So just to come back into power and then show the best example as far as how to be a Muslim. So
thank you for the Dynast Army. So really appreciate the kind of opportunity going on here, because today is in the 18th Safar of like November 2016. Thank you for Bagal TV. You know, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Voilà.